Hello everybody, and welcome back to another one of my videos. And if it's your first time here, welcome. I hope you enjoy the video. And with that being said, let's get started. For the glitch in today's video, I'm going to be showing you some of the stuff with the black marketer. Just gotta show off the way my base is being ran, just so everybody understands why everybody's depressed here. But right now I'm going to go to the eastern island just so I can go to the black marketer that I know is still there. I'm actually going to capture him, which will deload him in the map, so when you capture a black marketer, he will no longer show up at the location. So just keep that in mind. But the handy thing is you'll be able to use the black marketer at your base instead of having to go and run to him just to buy a pal or sell some of your pals that you need to get rid of. So once you get over here, you're gonna find him over in this cave entrance, and depending on, you may have to find another one in the map. One cool thing with the black marketer is doing this glitch. All you gotta do is go up and talk to him while your pal attacks him. To have your pal attack him, all you have to do is open up their menu and set them to attack aggressively. This makes it especially easy if you're pretty underleveled, which I'm not underleveled, so it's not gonna take me too long to defeat him. So keep that in mind. It makes it a little bit of a tedious task. Sometimes you got to keep throwing your pal out in order to get him to attack. It's a pretty nice glitch because when you got him frozen like this, it makes it real easy to farm him. He's a really good source of getting gold and gold keys. So keep that in mind. You get about 15 to 20,000 gold when you defeat him. So he's pretty worth farming, especially if you're looking to get a lot of gold stacked up. It helps out a lot when you just need to buy some resources and you happen to have a wandering pal stored at your base or even just one nearby. So you can try and capture him, and just remember that's going to bring him to where you are. You're going to have to spawn him out at your camp, or when you defeat him here, you can just keep farming him back to back by just running away. And right here is kind of the exception. Sometimes you get really low amounts of gold. It just depends. Usually I'm getting somewhere between 15 to 20,000, but I have seen as low as 9,000. So now what you got to do here is you're just going to keep flying over in this direction. It works in any direction. You just got to get far enough away to deload the area and reload it. And when I go back there, you'll see that the black marketer has respawned, and we can just keep farming him back to back. This could be different on official servers because there could be other players around and keeping the area loaded in, so you'll just have to keep that in mind if he's not loading in. Another cool thing about this glitch is it's going to help you get as much gold as you're going to need to buy all the pals from the pal vendors like the black marketer and the pal merchant. It's very handy because if there's pals that you're missing, especially ones that are just not in your area, your early game, and you just happen to have caught a wanderer, it will help out, and it just helps get resources as well. You can see right here that I actually failed doing the glitch to freeze him, but I'm at least high enough level to where it doesn't really matter. My Victor and Shadow Beak, which is one of the bosses that you can capture using a glitch, which I will have in a link down below, it just helps out get this glitch out of the way quicker. This does work on official servers as well, but just keep in mind there may be repercussions from it, like bans or something in the future. I'm not 100% sure how it will go with official, so just keep that in mind. Another thing to also keep in mind is this is just for tutorial purposes. I don't normally run around with Shadow Beak in my inventory, or at least not Victor and Shadow Beak using any of the boss pals, just because I'm trying to kind of keep my experience as good as I can while also creating content just to show you guys how it works. So now that he's getting pretty low health, you can just wait for him to get as weak as possible, and hopefully you've done the glitch and you're not just trying to do it like this because it makes it a little bit more hectic. But I will just keep trying to throw some of my hyper spheres at him because that seems to be the best for me. Just make sure you have a high enough capture rate, and if you have enough spheres on you, eventually 5% will go through depending on what your level is. But I've caught him as low as 4%, so you can do it. It's just kind of a pain, so you just keep throwing them. And if you're not having any luck, sometimes you just go ahead and switch over and try and do a little bit more damage in between when he comes out, and it should eventually go through. So right here, I'm going to get him caught, and we'll be able to go on to the next glitch. It just takes a lot of spheres sometimes, and that's just how it is. So now I'm just going to show you that after capturing the black marketer, he's no longer going to spawn in the map. So I'm going to run all the way back over to the area to deload the area. You'll see that he's just no longer rendered in anymore, and I don't know if there's a way to return him to the map, so just keep it in mind as well, as you will no longer be able to farm him for gold and gold keys. So that's kind of the only downside of capturing him, but otherwise there's other huge benefits, like just having a personal black marketer at your base. And now we will get back over to his cave, and you'll see that he's no longer there. His bird's actually still going to be there. For some reason he doesn't deload after being captured. And now any second we'll be able to get close enough and see that he's not loading in. And it's pretty cool to have one for your own personal use. You get to take him away from anyone else in the server, so you could run a monopoly and possibly charge a tax or whatever you want to do in that situation. And now I'm just going to be going back to our base and showing you exactly how this works. This next glitch is a really cool one because you can use all of the gold that you farm from the black marketers to purchase other pals, especially ones that you haven't gotten or ones with specific traits or passive skills that you're looking for. So now what we've got to do is actually go find the black marketer that we caught, and I'm going to go to the specific one that we just caught, so that way I can just show you how it all works. Just find a spot to deploy him out to your workers, and you'll be able to access his inventory. If you put him out on your party, you will not be able to access his inventory, just because it almost seems like it wasn't supposed to be used in that fashion. So maybe in the future we'll see different things happen when that is done, but for now you'll just have to deploy him to your workers. And now the cool thing with this is we are able to actually refresh the items that he's selling by just going back into our PAL box whenever I finally can get back into it, and swap them back out. You just drag them in, switch them out for something where you can recognize the slot, and when he's redeployed you'll see that he's got a whole new list of pals that he's offering to sell. This is very handy if you're looking for a specific pal, especially if you know it's one that is offered by the black market vendor or if it's the pal merchant. And this does work with the pal merchant, which I will show you here. Just swapped him out with the black marketer, and accessing his inventory I'll be able to see exactly what he's offering. They kind of come from a different pool of pals, so just keep that in mind as well. So you may just need to get both of them. But when you go in here, you'll see that his inventory is refreshed again, and a whole new list of pals are going to be offered. If you're wondering where to find a pal merchant, I'm going to show you here, right here at the end of this video. And for the two places that I'm going to show you, it's going to be the small settlement and Dune Shelter. For the first location of small settlement, it's going to be a lot easier. You're going to get there early game anyways, so just go there if you're low level. If you have more levels or amount to fly around in the desert, it makes it a lot easier, so you can just go up to Dune Shelter and get even more wanderers. Now there is a challenge to both of them. This area you're going to see a lot earlier game, but Dune Shelter is going to have lower enemy levels, so it may be easier to just tough it out through the extremes of the desert and just run to Dune Shelter. And give or take, Dune Shelter is fairly close to where I was showing the black marketer capture spot. So just go a little bit north of there. I'm going to show you it's all the way up here in the desert. It's pretty handy because there's the multiple wandering merchants, so just go ahead and collect the ones that you need. These ones do respawn, unlike the black marketer, so you don't have to worry about that. You're going to be able to just come back here and capture another one if you need. Just make sure when you're doing this that you bring enough spheres so that way you can actually get them captured. And yeah, if you're not already subscribed, please go ahead and do that, so that way you can stay up to date on future Palworld videos that I upload. And drop a like on the video if it helped you out at all, and a comment down below if you have any questions or tips or anything that you'd like to see from me. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, peace.